So as recently as December 16th, Cam Newton has been spotted with T.C. Taylor, the now head coach of Jackson State Tigers, hanging out at Cam Newton's spot, fellas, his cigar bar in ATL. And now the rumors have been circulating. Can Cam Newton become part of the coaching staff at Jackson State Tigers? And I think it sounds good. It sounds like a good fit. I don't know if Cam Newton will accept the job, if he would be QB coach. That was being rumored for him to be. I don't know. He could be offensive coordinator. I don't know. Cam Newton hasn't run offenses coordinator things before, but he definitely knows how to run an offense. You know what I'm saying? He's on the field, he's calling plays, he this, that, and other. So maybe it's a QB coach, maybe it's an offensive coordinator. I don't know. But it's rumored that he's in the mix, being that him and T.C. Taylor has hung out for a second. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something. I don't know. But I'm one who says that Cam Newton should still be playing in the NFL. I don't think he should be retired just yet. Cam Newton had a job last year, I believe, but this year he has not been employed, even with some of the injuries that's been going around the league. You know, I think Cam Newton is still a starting QB out of the 32 teams, but I believe he's caught a little bit of sour taste. You know, teams have gotten a sour taste in their mouth about what he is and what he can bring to the table, and if he's still capable of bringing what he used to bring. Of course, he can't bring what he used to bring in his prime, but I think he is still a starting QB in this league. I mean, of course, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but you got to tell me he's at least a backup. I know he's good enough to be a backup in this league. And I said starting QB. Of course, he's not top 5, top 10, this and that, but some of them bottom tier teams, I think he could start on. And if you really getting down to the nitty gritty of people going through injuries, this, that, and other, he could definitely play backup on the team, give him the league minimum $1 million a year, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But that is neither here nor there because teams have not picked him up. So obviously, teams ain't gonna pick you up. You got to move on with your life, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But Cam Newton's still making moves. He out here. He got the cigar bar. He's bought another one, that historic Atlanta bar that he's gonna, I guess, make into another bar, and he's constantly doing a lot of things, keeping it moving. You know, he's got his podcast where he's talking, but regardless of that, I do think he would be a great coach. He's been running the 7-on-7 from what I hear for some years now. He's very well versed in the game of football, especially when it would come to something like HBCUs or something like that, where you get a lot of running game that's going on. You got running quarterbacks and this, that, and other. It would be a perfect fit, you know, for him to school the quarterbacks and show them how to get down, how he used to get down. And then also his younger brother, Kalen, played at Howard. And he randomly pulled up at the school's homecoming earlier this year. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he is a supporter of HBCUs, which brings an extra connection to the game. But I'm just wondering, what you think? What do you think? Do you think this will be a good fit? If he was to come, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The thought of him being there revitalized my thoughts about Jackson State instantly. Not as much as when Deion was there, but hey, I mean, I was hoping Jackson State would be considering someone like this, someone with a big name to be head coach. But, you know, they moved it and they went with T.C. Taylor because T.C. Taylor was a part of the fold as far as what Deion was doing. So that's cool. They went with T.C. Taylor. But then I was thinking maybe it would not be possible to get one of them big names because, you know, obviously a big name would probably want to come in and head coach. But if Cam is willing to take a secondary role, because, I mean, you got to be honest. Cam Newton, even though he's not the player that he used to be, it would be a good transition into coaching if that's what he wanted to do. And his name sparks notoriety off the rip. So it's of course it's not going to do what Deion's name does. But coming off of losing Deion, that's a good chip to have in your pocket. That is a good chip. That's the barbecue chip. That's the chip you find in the bottom of the bag, the nice big chip with the extra barbecue seasoning on it, you like, oh, where did this chip come from? You don't even want to bite it, but you gonna bite it though. You know what I'm saying? Chip got to go down. It's the best chip in the bag. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a good chip to have in your pocket after losing Deion and taking the air out of the whole program. You know what I'm saying? So I would advise Jackson State to start wooing Cam Newton. I don't know if he's interested in the position at all. It could have just been a happenstance, ATL, this, that, and other. Could have just been a happenstance. We stopping by, boom, 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 we kicking it up, we chopping it up, this, that, and other, we talking football, this, that, and other, keep moving. But if he would be at all interested in taking the job, if I was Jackson State, I would be pressing the gas on this. And Jackson State, don't do what you did to Deion. Come correct with them chips. Come correct with them chips. I don't know how that would work as far as, I don't know what they're paying TC Taylor to coach, but then bringing someone like Cam Newton in to QB coach or to offensive coordinator, whatever they're going to bring him in to do, his name requires a bit more. I don't know if you would want to pay him more than you're paying TC, which would, that would cause some difficulty in the ranks. But hey, it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have to figure out. If you got to bump TC up a little bit to then bring Cam Newton in at this, that, and other, or if you convince Cam, hey, come on in, you new to the game, we new to the game, let's see how it works. We can start you off with this, that, and other. But, whatever I'm saying is you got to do what you got to do to keep the program growing. And now that Deion has moved on, Cam Newton seems like a prime target to woo, in this case, to come to your program. Because he can bring some recruits. Cam Newton can definitely sit down and bring some recruits and convince some good recruits to come to that school and to pick up the hype. Not as much as it was, but to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going somewhat. You ain't going to drop off the cliff, right? You dropped off the cliff for a minute, but you about to come back up and even it out. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, hey, take your shot, Jackson State. Do what you got to do. Bring them in for a meeting. Talk to them. Keep wooing them. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, man. But get in his ear and see what he think about the situation. Do as the president at Colorado did to Deion. Keep checking his temperature. Send him some pictures of that new stadium. Well, not new stadium, but send him some pictures of new locker rooms. Y'all, I know y'all ain't got a whole lot to work with, but y'all got a couple of things to work with. Send him some pictures of it and be like, come on through here and bless these kids. They need you. But yo, what do you think? Do you think it would be a good idea to have Cam Newton come through as a QB coach, or what capacity would you think? Offensive coordinator, QB coach? Could he handle the offensive coordinator spot? What you think? Let your boy know. This your boy Pete Camp. I want to know your thoughts. What do you think? Put some in the comments for your boy. Get at your boy.